I'm gonna let you in on the secrets to having a great travel sketchbook experience. To set yourself up for success, you're gonna need to think about these 3 factors. The first one, physical energy. You gotta ask yourself, is this travel that I'm gonna take, is it gonna be a relaxing travel experience? Or is it gonna be one where I'm like, going? Will it be, say, relaxing by the pool, spending time in cafes? Or will it be the type of travel where you need a lot of physical energy to muster yourself to do the one thing and the next? For example, like traveling between places like every second day. You also got to remember, like, long transit doesn't always equate to it being a low physical activity. Like, just because you have 3 hours on the train doesn't always actually mean that you have 3 hours free to draw. The math doesn't math up, but just trust me on this one. Traveling gets tiring. Waiting in line, sitting in uncomfortable seats for hours on end, it just drains you. So it's important not to underestimate the amount of energy that goes into transits. Factor number 2, mental energy. So who are you traveling with? Will you be spending time with people that you want to be actively catching up with, like actively socializing with, or will you be by yourself or with people that you feel comfortable to just draw as part of your social interaction with them? In other words, how much mental energy will you be spending during your travel? Now, personally, I'm more introverted, so while I do love hanging out with friends and family, it kind of just drains me. And at the end of a large amount of socialization, I just feel like potatoing out and just being horizontal. Drawing for me is one of the last things on the list that I think of to do to relax, unfortunately. And the third factor is actual time. How much downtime will you have? How much time will you have that's spent doing nothing after recuperating from the day's activities that you just had? I believe that this is the most important factor out of the 3. Having done a decent bit of travel recently, these are my top tips that I've been using to draw as best as I can when out and about. Tip number 1 is to be a collector. Save those random bits and bobs that you get throughout your travels. Things like receipts, tickets, labels, stuff like that. I typically keep them in a little plastic sleeve and use them as either references or put them into my sketchbook, and they're a fun way to add a bit of interest. Tip number 2, less is more. It's happened to me too many times. I decide I want variety in the mediums that I bring. I pack them all into my bag, go on my merry way on my trip, only to come back home and unpack them either untouched or just use like once or twice. My suggestion is just to bring less, use less. My bare minimum, my basics are a pen, a thin notebook, and a roll of tape that I can use without scissors. This way, limited mediums. I'm forced to find more creative ways to capture and create different colors, different textures, different effects. And tip number 3 is to reduce that friction. It's related to what I just mentioned, where while you don't necessarily know when exactly you might have downtime when you're out and about traveling, so you want to make it easy for yourself to take out your sketchbook and create. Whether that be filling up a water brush with your favorite ink or color, or, you know, having a pen or pencil at hand that's really easy and quick for you to access. The most important part is to reduce the resistance needed to take out your materials to use. And my 4th tip is to draw fast and draw loose. It's not important to get a photorealistic rendition of what you're experiencing. And in my opinion, it's I get this wrong every time. It's quantity over quality. And granted, it's not to say that you can't have an overflowing sketchbook if you don't have those 3 factors that I mentioned, but in my experience, the energy and the time needed to maintain a travel sketchbook, it just, while on a busy holiday, it keeps me feeling like I need a holiday for my holiday at the end of it. So when I can't find the time or energy to create while traveling, this is the tip that I always fall back on. And it is, your phone is your best friend. When I don't have the confidence or the energy or time to take out my sketchbook and make, I take photos, I take videos, and I take notes on my phone. It also feels like socially more acceptable to take out your phone and just like snap away and type away. And then when I'm back at a more comfortable place, I'll reference what I've got on my phone. So I'll be using these tips in my next lot of travel, which is actually happening in about 2 weeks' time. And all the best to me. Good luck to you. I hope these tips can help you have a great travel sketchbook experience next time. Catch you later. Bye!